Hello there guys, a very warm welcome to Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. Now you've seen the 583 that Wolverhampton to Sedgley rediscovered. We're now going to do a virtual journey, which will soon be a Monday only service. And this is the 363 from Worcester to Tewkesbury, operated by First Bus Worcestershire. However, this journey may not be accurate, but it's just to show you what the route would do. But I'm also might figure out of doing a reverse direction of the Tewkesbury service. So here we are, leaving Worcester towards Tewkesbury, and this service goes through the little villages like Hanley Castle, Upton-on-Severn, Welland, all sorts of little local villages. And of course, at the moment, we're over at Lower Wick area. So this is Lower Wick, just outside of Worcester. And we're now heading towards the roundabout. So then, we are now on the Malvern Road. Now, let me tell you about the 363 route anyway. As you probably know, the 363 used to run to Tewkesbury, but that was before COVID. Well, pre-COVID. Just like before the COVID outbreak. But however, during the COVID pandemic and the outbreak, the service was suspended. And it was suspended throughout the whole of 2020 when the COVID came along. But now the service is now back in use. We'll resume to normal service from tomorrow, the 6th of September. So we're now in Polwick, which is just the first smaller village just outside of Worcester. And it's going to be really good and interesting to see the 363 route coming back into service, getting back into a former bus link, because it's been absent for so long, but now they're finally bringing it back into service. And I'm very pleased that the 363 service will return to its former route once again. Now the 363 route uses any type of vehicle. You might see they might put plaques and Centros on. You wouldn't think of having Citaros on. There might be street lights. There might be I'm not sure if Worcester still have Enviros. I don't think they do. Well, they'll probably have Optares on, Optare Solos. They have quite a few of the vehicles that you'll find, but this all depends. So we're now at Callow End, just outside of Worcester. So there's been a lot of change in terms of routes. And also doing these old routes and getting them back into service. Well, not all of them are going to be back into service actually, but if we do it virtually, we can recreate the old bus routes that were withdrawn back in the old days, and just re-showcasing what the routes used to be like. Like, there might be a chance that I might consider doing a rediscovery Worcester to Stratford-upon-Avon, but I've got to look at that route first things first. So we're now going through a lovely common feel over the Malvern. So there's the Malvern Hills over there. So this is more like a common, like Highgate Common, just going past the Riverside Country Caravan Park. To be honest, I really like these tight lanes and stuff because I'm a big fan of little narrow lanes and countrysides, and so we're now coming up towards Upton on 7. So we're now coming to the Malvern. So this is the Malverns, Malvern Hills, which is just right up ahead. But however, the 363 doesn't go into Malvern area. Like Great Malvern goes to Little Malvern. But we are heading close to the edge of the Malverns. And as you know, I do like Malvern Hills. Unfortunately, due to the COVID pandemic, I can't do journeys beyond Worcester in the flesh. But however, we did manage to get to Worcester this year to do the good selection of the routes. Like we did the 303 and the 296 route, which was brilliant. And I was happy to do the 303 and the 296. So we're now, where are we now? So we're now coming towards Hanley Swan. So this is Hanley Swan. So we've got loads of different houses. So we've got to go nice and steady, because you might miss something. So we're now heading down towards, so the 363, the Worcester to Tewkesbury, and as you probably know, you might know Adam King, his YouTube channel, all in capital letters. So Hanley Swan, this is just a recap of the service. Like I say, this won't be, I'm not sure if the route went along the route I was taking, but this is just like a recap of the service. But when we do come to the real version, I'll probably improve that one. So here we are. We're now on the Welland Road, heading towards Upton. So here we are coming towards the Welland. So this is the Welland Road. I've got some weird like pylons, like designed like houses and warehouse bodies on. Really interesting to see. So we're now coming over to, so this is Welland. Now, this service was also due for an axe a couple of years ago. But however, this service is coming back into some kind of normality. So here we are at Welland now. So this is the Welland Common. So now going down a common area now. Bit like the Highgate Common in Staffordshire, South Staffs. Yeah. So here we are. This is the Highgate Common. Well, the Welland Common. Why am I saying Highgate Common? Because Highgate Common is in Staffordshire. So we're now going out of Welland. So this is Welland. So we're just going to turn. Now we're going really nice and steady throughout this area, because this is, so there's a Union Jack flag right there. So then, here we are now going along Welland Road. So there was Welland that we just gone past. So we're now heading back down the countryside, and we're on our way to the next upcoming destination. So we're on our way towards Upton next. So Upton will be our next call. So here we are, going through the lovely village, lovely hamlet. It's really nice and interesting to see. Lots of different countrysides. Hopefully I'm gonna also do the rediscovery of the old X20, but might do two versions of that. One which will be just virtual, and then the old one, Birmingham to Stratford-upon-Avon, rediscovered via Shirley rediscovered. But however, I'll make that announcement as soon as that time comes. So here we are, just heading into Newbridge Green. This is a bit like Bobbington, Hackney Green. So we're also heading towards Upton. If you know Upton really well, for those people who've been to Upton. This is so here we are up at Upton upon Severn in Worcestershire area. So this is Upton on Severn, which is, so this is now Upton on Severn, and which is just north of where we've just been, and north on part of the River Severn. Before we cross the bridge, we're going to head to Hanley Castle, because this route goes to Hanley Castle and then goes back on itself, and then heads over towards Tewkesbury. Of course, Tewkesbury is not on the list from Worcester at the moment, but it will be re-added to the service. Might also consider doing a 303 Bristol to Wolverhampton. If you remember, there was a service from Bristol to Wolverhampton. So this is Hanley Castle area now. So just gone into Hanley Castle, and now we're reversing and heading back to Upton on Severn. Hanley Castle will be introduced on another service. So here's the iconic tower. I don't think that's the Broadway Tower. So we're now going to cross the bridge. So there's the River Severn and there's the Malverns. Just right then in. That's back over Worcester way. So we're now heading back. So we're now not heading back now. And there's the special boat at Upton. There is another service that also heads into the outer counties of Worcestershire, and that's the X50, and that's the Worcester to Evesham service. As you know, I've been to Evesham in the past. I've filmed the 247, which is the one to Redditch from Evesham, and also the X50, which is first Worcestershire, from Worcester to Evesham. And I will be filming an Evesham service in a not too distant future, so bear that in mind. I will make an announcement, but that's possibly going to be on the list for 2022 because of the COVID pandemic. We can't go any further beyond Worcester. This year is just to make up for the things that we missed out the previous year, like we didn't do. Like we have done Stafford once this year, because we did the 5 from Telford. I'm glad that I've been back in Telford often on the bus. Well, did it 3 times into Telford this year. So here we are on our way towards Tewkesbury. So this is Stratford, not Stratford-upon-Avon or Stratford, London. This is a different Stratford. So weird to have 2 Stratfords. So here we are coming towards the junction for the A38. Of course, there's Birmingham and Bristol, the M50 and the M5. And the A38 do take us into Tewkesbury. And that's where we're heading for, Tewkesbury. We're heading for Tewkesbury. So we're now in Tewkesbury in Worcestershire. Well, we're not in Tewkesbury just yet. We're now going down the A38. That's going to take us down to Tewkesbury. And Tewkesbury is also home to the popular Tewkesbury Abbey. And that's a good credit. Of course, the operators you'll find in Tewkesbury are first Worcestershire, which will be coming back. Of course, you've got Stagecoach, which operates on the Cheltenham depot. As you know, I've been to Cheltenham this year. As you know, I do like Cheltenham quite a lot. I've been to Cheltenham so many times. It's a beautiful town to visit. And of course, you've got Aston's as well in Tewkesbury that do the 540 service from there to Evesham. It used to go into Cheltenham, but it doesn't anymore. So here we are, arriving at Tewkesbury town centre. So here we are, this is Tewkesbury town centre. So Stagecoach operates here. You've got custom bus companies. So here we are at the Tewkesbury Crescent in Tewkesbury, just right by the Tewkesbury Abbey.